Hi guys, and welcome down to the Monday Night Golf Show questions and answers. And you join us. If you've watched the main Monday Night Golf Show, you will know at the fantastic Eagle Creek Golf Club in, I was going to say Arizona, in Florida.
Orlando, yeah.
Which has very, very similar weather to Arizona. It's just absolutely beautiful here today, and we can't wait to answer your questions. There you go. My intro's over.
It was lovely, that. It was smooth to the point. So yeah, we've got the Q&A coming up. These were asked on Pete's Facebook today. We got enough to not need to ask them on every single platform today, because we're conscious that we don't answer every single one, so we're trying to do our best today. Right, Ryan Ganander. What are these names about? Will you have time to venture outside of the Orlando area while you're here? I'm about 2 hours south of east of coast of Florida in Jupiter, and I would love to give you a course lesson. I'll get a long course lesson and be part of the famous vlog. Send us an email, Ryan. We'll speak.
Yeah, we're not really sure.
We're not going to rule anything out, but we might not have time.
Yeah, we've got certain things kind of planned, and there may be a bit of spare time, but with a couple of hours driving, that might limit us in what we can do.
But we don't say no.
Never say no.
Renee Spiranak. No. Renee Logard Sorensen. Hashtag Monday Night Golf Show. Hi guys, will either of you be putting the new G irons in the bag? It seems you both really like them in the reviews.
Yeah, I really like them. I'm personally not going to be putting them in the bag just simply because they've got a little bit too much offset for me. I mean,
I'm very tempted to. If I can somehow just shave a bit of offset off, I would be very tempted to put those in the bag.
From the top, they do look like a much better playing iron, and the performance is...
You were practicing with them the other day?
Yeah. Well, it's just because I couldn't be bothered to get my actual clubs out of the car.
Oh, right.
And they were in my bag. But I like them. I do like them, but just the offset for me, I tend to miss bad iron shots left. And with offset setting the face a little bit back, that's not exactly helping that. So they won't be going in the bag for me, but...
I'm tempted. But Pete's getting very ping. You've got the driver in there, you've got the crossover in there, you've got 3-wood in there.
Yeah, but my PSI irons haven't arrived yet.
Alright, okay. Ron A. Carlton, really looking forward to this, guys. Hashtag always do. Hashtag questions open.
Thank you very much.
Darren Cohan, Pete and Rick, I'm testing the new drivers that have come out. Ping, TM, Gangster, Taylormade, etc. Would you yourself sacrifice 20 yards for consistency, or is distance off the tee the way to win on tour? So Darren's asking this as a tour player?
I guess so. It's certainly not 20 yards. If you take 20 yards off your drives, then you're going to be obviously hitting much longer irons into the green.
You're effectively hitting 2 irons more into a green.
Yeah, so I certainly wouldn't be looking to take 20 yards off. A lot of it depends on kind of where you're playing and what you're doing as well, because if you have a wider open course with relatively light rough, you're going to get a bigger advantage from being longer down the hole, even if you are in the semi-rough. But if you're playing a very tight course, which isn't that long, then maybe consistency is going to be more of a key for you.
I think if you do look if you're looking at tour stats are generally, it's the longer players, not the most accurate players off the tee, that generally do the best.
Yeah.
As an amateur, it depends on how big your miss is. You know, we're quite long hitters of the golf ball, and we're not the most straightest. But when we do miss the fairway, it's often not by a lot. It's often only in the semi-rough or in the rough. It's not horrendously terrible. We don't lose golf balls off the tee. But really, again, Darren, you're probably not going to find the driver that's going to make you not miss. And
I think with that, I mean, talking about driver for consistency-wise, I mean, if you're looking for consistency, distance, or the rest of it, you're more talking there about swing changes rather than driver changes.
Yeah.
You know, if you hit if you hit 2 drivers with exactly the same swing, unless it's a particular driver, so kind of the SF Tech Ping, for example, which is going to straighten out your ball flight. If you're slicing it, you know, a real technological thing which will change ball flight. If you hit 2 drivers with exactly the same swing, the results are going to be similar.
They're pretty similar. Yeah, I mean, some do suit other players more than others, but just the best thing is go and get fitted, as we always say. Jack Morgan, hashtag Monday Night Golf Show, Pete and Rick. Is there a benefit to having the same grips on all your clubs, drivers to lob wedge? Or do you guys really not notice a difference in the feel from club to club? Hashtag good luck.
Thank you. I certainly notice the difference if there's different thicknesses on the grips.
Yeah, because you've got thicker grips on your clubs, and every time I pick your club up, I remember when we used to play with the same irons, and I'd accidentally pick your club out the bag, and it felt like I was holding a cricket bat. With regards to
Big hands.
same grips, I'm not bothered about it being the same grip. I'm not that bothered of what actual grip it is.
No. If it's, say, because I've got multi-compound grips on my wedges,
Yeah.
But more like a tall velvet style with a
Yeah.
pin grip on my irons, that doesn't bother me. As long as they're similar thickness.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. I don't notice when I hold different types of grips much difference. The only ones I don't particularly like are corded grips, and I don't like corded wedge grips. So I find that's quite a delicate shot around the green, and the cord, because I sometimes play delicate shots around the green without a glove on, and then the cordness of it, I'm not a massive fan of that. And the one other one that I'm not a massive fan of is the like that wind grip that Nike brought out last year in the Covert driver.
The very sticky
Guys, we do
one.
apologise. There's some maintenance work going past. There's a mower, so it might just be a little bit noisy, but we'll do our best. Okay, we're back.
If you want to donate for our studio, guys, click the link below.
This is actually just a green screen.
Yeah.
We're actually still in London.
Still in London.
We're still very cold. We're very cold actually. We shouldn't be sat here in t-shirts in London, but
We're brave.
it's all part of the illusion. So the only ones I'm not a massive fan of are the ones where they're almost a little bit like slippery, the wind grips or the leather grips, the real leather.
Yeah.
John Daly brought some out a few years ago, and I'm not a massive fan of them, but apart from that, it's fine. Daniel Boddington, hi guys, how many courses are you playing during your stay in Florida? As many as physically possible.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to get out.
There's going to be so many course vlogs coming.
We're definitely going to get out today. I mean, you can see here, I mean, it looks from this balcony to be a stereotypical Floridian course.
Wow, well put. It's got 5 par 5s on as well.
And a lot of water.
Hi Lai, this is a football one. I'm guessing that, yeah?
I'm guessing that's more based at you, because these are all contenders for the Manchester United job.
Okay, yeah, Jose, Pep or Giggsy. Pep would be my choice.
Safe choice.
Go on, Pete. Switch over to you.
Stin de Shepper, there was a lot of talking about the thick rough in Abu Dhabi. Do you guys know about and take into account the different types of grass while playing? Have fun in Orlando. Hashtag Monday Night Golf Show.
Hashtag we'll wait for the mower to go past. Guys, we're trying to film here. God damn.
He's got his ear, he doesn't even know.
Anyway, I notice the biggest difference when I do go to somewhere different climate-wise.
Yeah.
So I always notice it here. It's really thick. Is it Bermuda grass here?
It's Bermuda grass.
Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
Very thick, isn't it?
Yeah, and the ball sits down to the bottom.
Or it can sit right on top.
Yeah.
It depends on how it's actually got into that grass. It's just very strange. When we've played out in Dubai, I've not noticed the difference in grass, if I'm honest.
Not massively. Not
as much as I notice it here.
I mean, you guys might know better, but as far as I'm aware, Bermuda grass here is the natural grass.
Yeah.
So out in Dubai, obviously, there's no real natural grass at all, so they can ship in whatever they want. When you compare that to what we play in the UK,
is our meadow grass? Am I right in saying that?
I know a lot of it is bent grass.
Right. I don't really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm by no means a kind of agricultural expert or whatever you call it. Agronomy, I think it's called.
But do you take into account? So I think the one thing that you should take into account, and also like grain on putting greens, I never take into grain. Last time we were in Florida, I think that messed us up big time.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm going to get a little bit more of an idea. This year.
Absolutely, 100%.
I would always advise just trying to, when you practice before you go and play, most of driving ranges, certainly when you're abroad, are off grass driving ranges, so you can get a feel for the grass, and also chip around the greens, because it's that type of thickness of the grass which is really different. Yeah. Aaron Jones, will you be using a psychologist or any form of mental coach for your quest for the Open? Hashtag Monday Night Golf Show. Well, I've actually got some videos coming up with a psychologist. Personal friend of mine who I use most days, if I'm honest with you, Pete.
Wow.
So yeah.
Claire.
My wife, yeah. She sits me down on the sofa and just strokes me and goes, "Are you okay, darling?"
No, I'm not.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. Have you got anything lined up, planned?
Possibly. I've been liaising with someone in New York.
Hello.
Actually, about it, but it's something that
road trip.
Yeah, not at the moment though. It's something that I think we need to look into. I think with psychology and stuff like that, obviously we're coaches, we know about this kind of side of the game anyway. A lot of it's common sense.
Yeah.
But sometimes with stuff which is common sense, you just need someone to point it out.
Exactly.
And that's what sports psychologists do very well.
Matt Dove, hi guys, what exercises, workouts would you be recommending to get fit and benefit from golf game at the same time? I think that's too in-depth to answer in a question.
Yeah.
I know I keep saying this, so I've got some fitness videos coming out. You've done some fitness videos. Have a look into TPI. I believe that's normally pretty good. Yeah, TPI performance.
Stuff's good.
Not sorry, excuse me. Yeah, I don't think we're quite as qualified to talk about that area. James Palmer, it was really nice to meet you actually. Finally, before because James has now moved away from Lytham.
Yeah, man.
So it's nice to. It was actually nice to meet you before you moved on, James. How much bear would Bear Grylls grill if Bear Grylls could grill bear?
Seriously, you can't pronounce Matt Dove correctly, but you can get that.
What did I say, Matt Dove?
Dove.
It's a posh way. How much bear would a Bear Grylls grill if a Bear Grylls could grill bear? A lot.
Loads.
Peter Houston.
No, yeah.
Houston.
Yeah.
Houston. Sorry, guys. I really am sorry. This really does jeopardise our future for Golf Channel, doesn't it? And Sky. It just ruins it all. I would literally need pronunciation classes every day.
Be on the Golf Channel, like the some like random winners. They'd be like, we're not going to talk about him, are we, Rick? We're going to talk about
Ricky Fowler.
We're going to talk about the 6th place finish.
John Speed, Brian Davis. Question. Hi guys. What do you make of the rumours Taylormade is up for sale, being sold? # Monday Night Golf Show. P.S. Looking forward to all the Florida content. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you very much, Peter. And we can't wait to create the Florida content as well.
Absolutely. I mean, as far as I'm aware, from the inside information I've had, it's been sold, hasn't it? From what I understand,
this is rumours there. Pete.
From what I understand,
does that rumour start?
From what I understand, there is an investment. I'm not sure what you call it. An investment company. I'm not sure the way of pronouncing it. From the Far East, who have come in and maybe possibly verbally agreed something with Taylormade. That's what I've heard. I could be wrong. For all I know, it could be a unicorn who's done it. But
we'll see. I don't know.
I think that's maybe what's happened. But I mean, the thing is with Taylormade at the moment, the reason it was being, I think, offered up for sale and the rumours about it being up for sale were at the end of last year, Ping, especially in the driver market, overtook them and everyone else and were being very, very dominant in the marketplace. But the M1 is now the #1 driver, I think, in the world, I think, as far as kind of shares go. So
it was a funny one, really. I think last year maybe potentially R15 didn't quite do as good as they wanted it to do. The SLDR was amazing for the year it came out.
Yeah.
And then the M1's been very good.
I think the R15 felt like a bit of a stopgap, didn't it?
Yeah,
really,
it was kind of between the two.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think a lot of people give Taylormade. I mean, there's some reviews come out today, so it's like, you know, and they do have that real terrible stigma of bringing golf clubs out. As soon as Taylormade bring a club out, all the comments are related to Taylormade bringing clubs out. You know what the thing that they do? They don't bring particularly any more clubs out than any other manufacturer. So certainly, like, let's say Callaway.
At the moment in time, a lot less than many. So
than like certainly Callaway.
Yeah.
But the thing that they do is when they do bring a product out, they really, really shout about it.
Yeah.
And potentially they over-promise on products.
Yeah. Well,
that's the thing that I think the marketing side, if they were to
be more British
with the marketing, yeah. I think Taylormade would have gone under the radar.
Yeah,
but it's the fact when they come out big, don't they?
Well, the thing is, I think the reputation, until a couple of years ago, I think would have been warranted, because they did bring a lot of drivers,
ridiculous amounts,
loads and loads and loads out. But
and that's the stigma that stuck with them, unfortunately.
Well, I think because when did we go to that SLDR 1 year thing?
So we're at Trump International.
Was that 2 years ago?
That was July 2014, and that was to celebrate the 1 year of the SLDR.
Okay, so in 3 years, it's SLDR.
Yeah.
They brought out the Jet Speed, which...
Well, they always bring out the premium product,
yeah,
and then the non-adjustable kind of budget products,
yeah,
to a degree.
So you've got
grip it and rip it product.
SLDR, Jet Speed, R15.
Jet Speed did nothing.
No, nothing.
Aero burner.
And then Aero burner as well. So that's 5. So it's 5 drivers within 3 years.
Not really, because if you go back to SLDR, this is where they messed up. Because they went SLDR normal, SLDR S, SLDR white,
it's
SLDR small.
Yeah.
That's what messed them up.
It's going to be interesting to see what you guys think about this, because with that doesn't particularly bother me. Because if you bring out the SLDR and then you bring out the SLDR white or whatever it might be, it's the same driver.
I know, but the thing is though,
or a fixed head.
Yeah, but it's that idea that they shout about it.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
It's more the thing. Yeah,
because it makes it then very public. If they would have just said, guys, shh, there's a white one.
Yeah,
I would have gone, oh, there's a white one.
I think that's right. So the marketing machine's maybe a little bit too shouty.
Yeah.
But yeah, certainly within that kind of 3-year time period, when you compare that to, I mean, Callaway are the obvious example. Within that 3-year time period,
I don't think I could name them all. If I'm honest,
I reckon without actually exaggerating,
without looking back at my reviews,
I don't think we could probably get all the Callaway drivers on our 2 hands within that 3-year time period.
I just can't. You know, that's the thing, and they've gone very, very under the radar because their marketing is good, it's very good. It's not as shouty.
No, absolutely.
They get the message across, but they don't overpromise.
No.
They just go, new driver, there you go.
Yeah, and it's
Taylormade potentially bring a new driver out, like the M1 and the M2 now, that's just been, you know, not released yet, but been starting to talk about today.
Yeah,
you watched the promotional video this morning, and it's like, whoa,
well,
guys,
there's no need, because it's
too
not
much.
The thing is, it's not another driver. It's just the M1 without the adjustability on the bottom.
It's a fixed M1. It's an adjustable head, but that's
adjustable head, but the weight's set at the back, and it's just a set. So why they called it the M2, I'm not entirely sure.
I honestly, I can't. We had this discussion when we first talked about the M2, and we sat down and we were like, why?
Yeah,
why the hell have you called it the M2? It's the worst name possible. It is, honestly, because you fuel the idea of Taylormade bringing more clubs out.
All it needed to be was just the M1F.
M1
like
fast, M1 speed, M1 aero, M1 burner, whatever it needed to be.
It didn't really matter what it was. I think M2.
They probably still got stick either way.
Yeah, but I think so.
They didn't help the guy. They didn't help it.
But I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what you guys think. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if Taylormade or Callaway, whoever it is, if this year they brought out 6 drivers each, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're just bringing out a product. It's the people who. And I think people get really angry about it and say, oh yeah, well, you know, Jeff's just going to buy it and he bought another one last week. That's up to Jeff if he wants to actually go out and buy that product.
Your fault.
That's up to Jeff. I think people almost get angry on other people's behalf.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah,
about people bringing drivers out. I mean,
there's no, you have to buy it.
There's not. You know,
no one's holding you at ransom.
Yeah, no one's holding your arm up behind your back. So. It is an interesting one. I do find it quite intriguing because I think where it's different. It's not different. It's slightly odd for us because obviously we change our clubs quite a lot because we have access to all the clubs. They don't need to.
We don't need to.
No.
To be fair,
it's just fun, isn't it? It's fun. It's fun getting new stuff.
Yeah, and that's that's what they're selling the dream of. They're selling the dream of it's something new, and they're selling the idea that it's going to help me. Golfers are passionate, obviously, improving, and they will see the easy route of buying a new club much more than the harder, well, not particularly harder route, but it's perceived harder route of actually fixing the golf swings.
Yeah,
that would be the. We could help you. We could, as golf coaches, we could definitely help you hit the ball better than any driver ever made on the market.
Unless you're using like a persimmon head, I mean.
No, I reckon I can still get someone to hit a persimmon head better than their new driver if they change the swing.
Well,
challenge. Bring it on.
I'm not
up for that.
I'm not going to market myself like Rick does.
I overpromised.
Who went for a class with Taylormade only a few weeks ago. But no, I mean Rick's right. It's a lot more effort to change your swing to improve rather.
I could guarantee 30-yard improvement.
I mean, do you want to take me to the range? That'd be good.
Well, we were with Piers and Andy the other day, and they had an email saying that someone wants to hit the ball 400 yards. Good luck with that. Right, final question. We're on a bit of a rant there. Thank you very much, Peter, for your question. We completely went off topic of it, but I don't think it's been sold.
I think
you think it has?
I think it's an interesting debate, and carry on in the comments below.
And it is definitely our subject header for this video. James Browning finish on this last question. Is it true Ricky Fowler's trousers will add 20 yards?
100%.
Yes.
No doubt.
Guys, thanks very much for watching the Monday Night Golf Show questions and answers here at Eagles Creek in Orlando. Myself, Rick and Pete. Do subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the videos. It's awesome that you do. We've surpassed 10,000 subscribers.
Thank you very much.
And we want to keep growing to surpass that 100,000 by next spring.
Yeah, we've got some really exciting plans for Quest, and we do need...
We need subscribers.
We need subscribers to push through a couple of plans that we've got for it. So Rick's now gone the other way to Taylormade, being subtle marketing.
If you don't want to do it, honestly, it doesn't matter.
I'm going to go full on charity appeal, guys.
Wow.
We need subscriptions. Glasses are off.
So you have to zoom in on your face.
So if you can get your families, your friends,
Pets.
Pets, they can have Gmail accounts as well. If you're a manager of people, you could write it into the contracts. People have to subscribe to Quest as well. I'm not really fussed how you do it, as long as you do it, and I really appreciate that. I'm going to put my glasses back on.
There you go.
Wrap it up.
Right, guys. Peace, and we'll see you soon.